So they came and they arrested Jesus. I was thinking, in a way, we've all been arrested. We've all been stopped in our tracks by this COVID-19 virus. And even though most of us aren't experiencing trauma or the horror of this illness, we're still part of the dynamic. These are strange times. We are immersed in this strange dynamic. And there's lots of parallels with the dynamics that Jesus experienced. When Jesus was arrested, a lot of things were happening. And a lot of things are happening around us as well. After Jesus was arrested, he was confronted by religious leaders who were basically in cahoots with the Roman government. We too are experiencing a similar dynamic. There is a stay-at-home order issued by our governor. It is a social distancing imperative with an exception, with a loophole. We want you all to stay home, but it's okay if you go to the houses of worship. Y'all can still go to church if you want to. After all, the government shouldn't interfere with your religious activities. Like the virus won't spread at church? Just feels wrong. It's a wrong kind of loophole. So I want to say that I'm grateful to be part of this congregation. A congregation willing to stay home, willing to be apart, recognizing this is how we live out being a people of love. We are a congregation willing to be arrested. After Jesus was arrested, and after being confronted and questioned by the religious officials, his hands were tied, and he was led to the governor, Pontius Pilate, who then questioned Jesus, who interrogated Jesus. And then Pontius Pilate washed his hands. He washed his hands of Jesus as if the miracle of soap and water would remove germs of wrongdoing. As if the soap and the water would not only kill the virus, but soothe his conscience, clear him of complicity in the mistreatment of the innocent. As if washing his hands would relieve him of the responsibility of being part of an event that was death-bringing. He washed his hands and he said, "It's not on me. It's on you. You take it. You got this." Shortly after Pilate washed his hands, Jesus was killed, placed in a tomb. What a cold, dark, lonely place. And yet, it was there under that cover of darkness where new life began. I think it's important to remember that the story began in the garden. The story began with a prayer of lament. The story began with Jesus falling to the ground and asking questions of God. My God, what is going on? What is happening? Oh, my dogs are lamenting. Shh. Quiet. My congregation's out of order. Leo, quiet. Dear God. You two, stop. Stop. Thank you. Be a good congregation. Again, I encourage you to remember that this story began in the garden with Jesus asking questions of God. Questions that I think we're asking. My God, what is going on? How long is this going to go on? Questions, laments. Like, I don't like what is happening. And oh, how I wish this cup would pass from me. I encourage you to take seriously this time, this opportunity to lament. Why? Because the resurrection began with lament. Because this is our opportunity. This is our time to imagine something different. You know, we're a part of a people, a peculiar people. We're part of a culture which has been taught to fix things and fix things quickly. And we've been taught to embrace triumphalism. Over this we shall triumph. Our God is the God of victory. We've been taught to assume a success-oriented posture. We've been taught to avoid lament. We've been taught to avoid pain, grief. We've been taught to overlook our own emotions, our own grief. In the book, Healing Our Broken Humanity, Practices for Revitalizing the Church and Renewing the World, Grace G. Sun Kim and Graham Hill point out that the resurrection began with a lament. We need to weep, we need to wail, we need to mourn in order to fully understand and live into our experience. We need to engage in a conversation with God where we cry out and we ask questions. And you know what? Doesn't need to go any further. This is about you and God. Laments are between you and God and no one else. And they are opportunities to pour out your pain, to talk about your unhappiness, your uncertainty, your confusion. And you're not just doing it for yourself. It may be between you and God, but it will bring healing to the community, to the nation. Resurrection began and begins with lament. Laments are central for understanding your experience. They are central to finding a way to move forward, for making a plan so that things are different. Laments are central to imagining what we will look like when we move away from this time of being arrested, when we merge out of this tomb of social distancing, and when we get out from under the stay-at-home orders. The resurrection of Jesus, the resurrection of the church, the resurrection of a new world begins with sorrow, with lament, with grief. Let us pray. Oh God, how long? Oh God, how long will we be in this place of isolation and uncertainty? And how might we emerge new, different? How long will we need to keep each other at a distance? And isn't there any other way to do this? Oh, Lord, how long? And yet, in spite of this grim reality of impending doom, separation, darkness, we see your light shining. We see divine visions. In the midst of darkness, we reclaim our faith and we know you are the way. We know you know the way, and so we ask you to lead us from death to life. Lead us from falsehood to truth, from despair to hope. Lead us from fear to trust, from hate to love, from war to peace. Let peace fill our hearts. Let peace fill our worlds. Let peace fill our universe. Amen.